and welcome to Big Muddy Mayhem. This is the podcast where we talk about true crime and bad behavior throughout the Midwest.
Each week we'll bring you 2 stories from the heartland that might break your heart, but we hope to entertain you along the way.
I'm Tracey Laricha.
And I'm Janet O'Brien.
Hello, Janet. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. We are dealing with a whole new setup. And a whole new incarnation of this podcast.
Yes. Sorry, we've been gone for so long.
We have, but we are back here and ready to entertain with stories and bringing you into the fall.
Yes.
And please do keep ears and eyes out for the possibility of a Big Muddy Mayhem live coming up in October.
Yes, the lives, our first live, the one live we've done was great. It was
super
so fun. Yeah.
And there's a chance for another one coming up, so keep yourself posted. This is a good time to remind you to follow us.
Yes.
On social media, and also specifically on our Facebook page and on YouTube, so that you can be kept in the know.
That would be great.
On anything new that we do.
But I think we have 2 stories today.
We do have 2 stories today, and I am the one that I think goes first.
Yes.
Alrighty, so I'm going to dust off my notes and we're going to get to it.
I know, right?
This one might be a little bit different, but we're going to get there.
Okay.
And Janet, I am going to talk to you about Bertha Williams.
Bertha Williams, okay.
From Morse Mill, Missouri. She was born in 1871. Morse Mill, Missouri at the time was a resort town for St. Louis, so it was for the St. Louis elite. It was basically kind of like, oh, well, you live in the city, like the Hamptons of Missouri.
Right.
Basically, right? You know, you live in the city, but then you go out there to spend your time away. Bertha was pretty, which is good because she was one of 10 kids. So,
oh, wow.
You know, you kind of have to stand out somehow. She's the pretty one. She also has a lisp. And she is known specifically for being a really good cook.
Ooh.
Like, she makes a lot of food, and she's known for her cooking, specifically for her biscuits.
Oh, tell me about her biscuits,
well,
Tracey.
Her biscuits catch the eye of Henry Graham, who is a gentleman that lives in the town. And her biscuits must have been really good because Henry Graham marries her.
Oh, wow.
And they have a daughter, Lila. And they are married for 10 years. But unfortunately, Henry is a real jerk.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. He is cheating right and left. Right?
Gotcha.
Like every time she turns around, he's gone. He's off with another woman. So she starts cheating.
Mm-hmm.
She finds a young man named Gene Gifford, 10 years younger.
Ooh.
And he is enthralled. Like, he is so completely, he's in love with her biscuits. In fact, he's engaged to kind of a promising young woman at the time. But he breaks off his engagement in order to just be Bertha's side piece.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And so that's kind of like, woof, what are you doing? You know, but it works out pretty well for old Bertha to start in that Henry dies of pneumonia.
Oh, well, okay. Don't have to worry about Henry
Bertha
now.
is a free woman. And not long after, Gene, like I said, he's already broken off his engagement with, like, the rich young debutante about town. And Bertha and Gene marry. Now, Bertha also has some insurance money.
Ooh.
So they moved to Catawissa, Missouri, in a community called the Big Bend community.
Oh, okay.
Named for the Big Bend in the Merrimack River.
Uh-huh.
I know you're familiar with the Merrimack River.
Yeah, I know nothing of the Merrimack. What?
Well, after they get married, Bertha, she's well liked in the town. She is specifically known for being there to tend to the sick or the housebound people. I mean, she's a wealthy woman. She doesn't have a job, so if somebody's laid low, she's going to be there. She's going to be the person that, like, comes and takes care of you. This is a small town. It's 1,518 people.
Wow.
Today. Which means that back then, even smaller.
Yeah.
And in a town that size, there is one doctor.
Oh.
So Bertha is the one that helps the doctor out.
Of course.
She even starts wearing a nurse's uniform.
Because you can do you can change your job at any point.
Completely.
Anytime.
You can be like, hi, it's 1895 and
Yeah.
I'm a lawyer now.
Right.
So she wears an apron. She is a nurse, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, a self-declared nurse in the nurse... like, she went to the Bertha College of Nursing. She tends the sick. She brings meals. She goes to comfort at the bedsides. She attends every funeral. There are going to be some funerals.
There's gonna be
Janet.
Tracy.
Get ready for some
I'm ready,
funerals.
Tracy.
I hope that you have more than one clean black dress because we're gonna need a spare. In January of 1912, Jean's mother comes to stay with them and she takes ill.
Oh.
Soon after, she dies of... Okay, I looked this up. Please don't look this up. Muddy Buddies, if you are listening to this on your lunch break, skip ahead about a minute and a half. She dies of something called aortic regurgitation.
I don't even know what that is. It sounds terrible.
It's pretty much that, like, the main part of your heart is, like, throwing up back up on itself.
Oh.
It sounds awful.
That sounds terrible.
Like, you can't get it out, like, because it's your heart. So, yes, she dies of aortic regurgitation. And that's in 1912. In May of 1913, Jimmy Gifford, who is Jean, her husband's 12-year-old brother, well, he's staying there because his mother has passed away. He gets sick, and he dies of strangling on mucus. Which, again...
sounds horrible!
Sounds awful! 1914, though, next year, God smiles on the Giffords. And Jean and Bertha, they have a son. They name him James, in honor of little baby Jimmy, who died strangling on mucus. But the next year, in 1915, 15-month-old Bennett Stillfelder, who is a neighbor, well, he's sick with pneumonia. And the doctor treats him, and it looks like maybe everything is going to be okay. And so he leaves him in Bertha's care because everything's all right now.
Do not leave him in Bertha's care.
A week later, I guess,
dies? Is there another funeral to attend? I don't know if I have enough black dresses now.
That's right. We need to order more. Timu, where are you?
No, it's all Sears catalog at this point.
That's right. Quince, please sponsor us. February of 1917. Sherman Pounds, which, like, that's a funny name.
Sure. Does he pound?
Sherman Pounds. Yeah, you bet he does. Sherman Pounds is the town drunk, so he does pound.
Well, there you go.
Drink after drink after drink. Well, he's Jean's cousin. He shows up at the Gifford house. he is super duper drunk.
Shocking.
Sherman Pounds has surely been pounding.
Right.
And he is wasted. Not unusual. So Bertha looks after him.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband is out that night. She welcomes him in. She's taking care of things. By nightfall, instead of just being dead drunk, he is
dead?
Just plain dead.
Just dead.
Right. And the doctor takes a look and says, "We're pretty sure alcoholism is the cause here." Now, this is in February of 1917. By November, Bertha is noted as having a really large amount of arsenic in her possession. Now, there were like a huge number of poisonings. There is a book that I just read about early this morning and it's called something like the League of Women Poisoners.
Oh, okay.
And they talk about women that poisoned people.
Oh.
But it wasn't just women. In fact, if you take a look at it and if you talk to the author or listen to a podcast where the author speaks, they say that a lot of men were poisoning people then.
I'm sure.
We didn't, arsenic was everywhere.
Right. Yeah.
And we didn't have a way to find it. So it was super easy to get away with it.
Of course.
So, they always say, like, okay, when they asked her about, like, wow, you sure do have a whole lot of arsenic, Miss Bertha, she was just like, yeah, you know, we've got rats all over the place, and they keep killing my chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Rats bothering chickens. It's totally fine and normal and natural to have, like, a 20-pound bag of arsenic just in your pantry next to the rice.
Of course.
And the hand sanitizer and the toilet paper or whatever it is that you're hoarding. But just to note, like, wow, she sure did have a whole lot of poison.
Gotcha.
November of 1917, she's bought more arsenic. And then by 1921, sister of the dead Bennett, the 15-month-old that died, his little sister gets sick. And so his parents take her to Bertha because she's the only one that can treat people.
Oh, my God.
And granted, there are still some people that she's taken care of that
don't die.
Are getting well.
Right.
But Bennett isn't one of them. And also, listeners, let me know. I just took a sip of water. If it's gross, if we have, like, gross, like, ooh, I can't stand the swallowing sounds, then, well, be lucky you didn't know me in college, and also let us know in the show notes if this is too gross. But right now, let's get back to a dead toddler. Margaret goes and sees Bertha, and she's sick, and she dies 5 days later of bronchopneumonia.
Okay.
So basically, again, she can't breathe. The stuff is in her lungs.
Right.
1922, Marguerite Pons, who is Sherman the drunk.
Yes.
His widow. She comes to stay with the Giffords. Along with Beulah.
So there's a Bertha and a Beulah.
There's a Bertha and a Beulah.
Now we've got my grandmother and my great-grandmother's names. Okay,
right.
Go ahead.
Well, she comes to stay with Beulah, or with Bertha, and she brings Beulah.
Okay.
Beulah is 2. Bertha is babysitting one evening because, you know, Marguerite, she's a recent widow. Can you please take my child for one night?
Right.
I need to just go and grieve and not be responsible for a 2-year-old. Well, at the end of the evening, Beulah has a tummy ache.
Oh.
And a few hours later, she
dies. Oh, my God.
Mother Marguerite is despondent. She has just lost her husband. She's lost her kid. She doesn't question it. But Beulah's aunt, who is Sherman's sister, man, get you some big auntie energy. Everybody needs one aunt that is willing to just show up and pop off. And Marguerite doesn't question, but yes, Beulah's aunt is like, hold the phone. This is not okay here.
No.
Why are so many people dying in the care of this woman? And Beulah also, it's kind of funny, Bertha, she does not go to Beulah's funeral. It's the first one she doesn't show up to, because it's the first one where someone is actually questioning her. March 1923, though.
How many years are we going on now?
Well, we started in 1912.
Okay, just checking.
Now we're in 1923.
Okay.
Now the Stofelders, who were the Beulah's family, and also the Bennett's family. Well, a third one of their kids is sick. 7-year-old Irene. And the papers have said she had always been bothered with worms. So to be fair, wash your hands, everybody. School is back in session. It is September. Like, butt worms are ever present. Like, everybody wash your hands.
Go get some freaking vaccines.
That's right. That too. Anyway, Irene, who the papers report have always been bothered with worms, she gets sick. The doctor looks after her, and the doctor takes care of her, and she's getting better.
Right.
So he releases her into Bertha's care.
I don't know if that's the best idea.
And once Bertha takes over, she gets sicker, and then guess what? She dies. So she gets sicker, and then she's all the way dead.
All the way dead.
August 1825.
Jesus Christ.
You all right?
Yeah.
Hold your hand.
Okay.
George Shamel, who is a local widower, and his sons, 6-year-old Elmer and 7-year-old Lloyd.
Did they both die?
Don't step on my story. They're taken into Bertha's care.
Oh, that's shocking. Okay.
Lloyd dies within a couple of days.
Okay.
And by September, Elmer is sick and
dies?
He dies. Father George Shamel says, well, this is just my bad luck. 1926. Next year. Bertie Understall, 72 years old. She ends up with some kind of a stomach thing, and she doesn't know what to do. And so she goes to Bertha, and 3 days later, guess what?
She gets better and moves to Florida.
Oh,
damn
no,
it!
Janet, she's dead.
Oh.
May 1927.
Oh my God.
Ed Brinkley, who is the Newtown drunk after the old...
Because Bertha already killed the first one.
No, there was an ad in the paper, so he was like, I'm the man for this job.
We need a new town drunk.
It's the role I was born to play. Ed Brinkley, the Newtown drunk, he comes over and passes out in the Giffords' front yard.
Too close.
Bertha is fresh off a visit to St. Louis, where she had bought more arsenic. But she finds Ed passed out in the front yard, and, you know, when you find somebody passed out in your front yard, what do?
I guess you bring them in and you give them arsenic?
Well, she she didn't want him there the whole night. So she just made him a few ham sandwiches for the road. Guess what happens?
He dead?
He dies! And Bertha claims it's because Ed had a whole lot of home distilled liquor. Now, this is the 1920s.
Right.
There are a lot of people that
are
dying from, like...
whatever they've made.
Bathtub
gin.
home distilled liqueurs.
Yeah.
The Giffords do attend the funeral.
Well, that's good.
I mean, it's only right.
It's only right.
Poor Ed Brinkley. Where are they going to get a third town drunk? They're going to be running short soon of them, like sooner or later. But Ed's mother, Mary, she's very suspicious. And so is his estranged wife, whose name is Ladelphia.
Ladelphia, nice.
I love it.
I love that name.
Right? So finally now, in the after days of the May 1927.
Yeah.
This started.
It was 1912, I think he said.
Yeah. 1912. Now it's 1927.
Yeah, 15 years of this.
And they're like, maybe we ought to look into this. So the police look into it, and Bertha says that, and somebody says, Bertha says, well, Mom won't have to worry about him.
What?
Neighbors called Gifford's home the death house. Mm-hmm. Ladelphia makes it a mission. Like, that's not her man. But if anybody was going to kill him, because that's his ex-wife. Like,
gotcha.
He was a bad man, to be fair.
Okay.
He was a bad man, it was a bad marriage. She is like, well, fuck it, if anybody's going to kill him, it's going to be me. Right? So it's not so much that she cares that he's been murdered, it's just that she didn't get the chance to do the deed. So Brinley and the two Shamehole kids, Elmer and Lloyd, the two brothers, they're all exhumed.
Oh, okay.
Because, yeah,
you gotta try.
Ladelphia is not gonna step down from this, and neither is Elmer's mother, or Ed's mother, rather. There are so many. But they take a look and they find that in his body he had 7 times the amount of arsenic to kill a human person.
Wow.
So 1828, finally, Bertha is arrested. She powders her face and puts on a hat before leaving. Like, when they're like, we're taking you in, she's like, could you just give me a moment? I'm a little shiny. You know? In court, she will say that she will admit to adding arsenic to medicines prescribed by the doctor because she wants to quiet their pains. She will also say that she doesn't think that arsenic is all that bad and that she herself takes it daily. Mm-hmm. And it's good for the circulation and it helps to keep my skin looking young. This is like a 9-to-5 rat poison situation. If you get that reference, please go and take an aspirin right now and don't forget to hydrate and stretch. But the newspapers are all over this story, Janet.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's TMZ, but in print, right? And so she goes on a hunger strike when she's in prison and says, I don't want to live. I don't deserve to live. In court, when they bring her in to testify, she covers her face with a blanket. But then, as soon as she's done, like, well, I'm on a hunger strike. I don't want to live. I'm covering my face with a blanket. I don't deserve to be seen by decent people. And she comes back to the prison. She says, can I have some ice cream? The defense, her defense, lawyer, thank you. They mount an insanity plea. I know I read defense and I'm like, was I watching football when I wrote that?
That's possible.
Defense! Defense! Anyway, they mount an insanity plea, and Jean, who is her husband stands by her through the whole thing. Says, she's always been, quote, nervous and excitable. 2 psychiatrists sign off on this, and they are like, Bertha is not mentally well, so Bertha does not go to prison. Bertha is sentenced to life in the Farmington State Hospital / Asylum.
Wow.
In Farmington, Missouri. Now, this person who was poisoned, like, what, a half a dozen people by now? She goes to the asylum. And Janet.
Tracey.
What do you think you would do in terms of putting this woman to some kind of beneficial use in the asylum?
Well, I already know the answer to this because, but I'm saying it probably would be best to keep her away from
the kitchen.
What?
But no, Bertha will live out the rest of her days working at the asylum as a cook.
Don't let her near any of them.
That's right.
Arsenic.
Although apparently nobody else did die.
Okay, well that's good.
After that, so I guess she got the killing out of her, and then she was just making cobblers. And I don't know. From what I hear, word on the street are those biscuits are freaking legendary.
I heard her biscuits were amazing.
My sources today were "Wicked Women of Missouri" by Larry Wood, "Missouri's Murderous Matrons" by Victoria Cosner and Lorelei Shannon. And that is the story of Bertha Gifford.
That was fabulous. I loved it.
Now, word on the street is that you make a mean biscuit, but I'm not going to have one. I'm not all that hungry, so I'm hoping that you have a story for me.
I do have a story for you. So, I have to make paper noises.
We're playing with the device.
This is what happens when people who have recorded literally, this is our 71st, right? In my hand? Or is this 70?
I believe so.
Yeah. Like, we have recorded so many of these without fabulous sound, but people would listen. And I'm really hoping this fixes everything. But, you know, I have a story now.
All right.
I am going to talk about the infamous, what every freaking child that went to high school in Missouri or grade school knows about. Jesse James.
Oh, okay.
So, because everybody, if you're not from St. Louis or Missouri, I mean, Jesse James has been around in our lives for how long have you known about Jesse James? Can you even remember not knowing about Jesse James?
As a kid, and I think that doesn't Kara's family, I think, has some kind of tie.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I do remember that there was an episode of Brady Bunch because I think it was the middle kid in the Brady Bunch, the boy, was really into Jesse James. And he has some kind of dream where he's on a train car with Jesse James, and Jesse James ends up killing a bunch of people on it. And so the moral of the thing is, it's like, you really shouldn't support and
it's
give praise
funny
to people who might steal and murder.
I am taking this little piece of trivia from another podcast that I love called Bad TV. Everybody should listen to them. But a little piece of trivia. Do you know the name of the dog on the Brady Bunch?
I do not.
It's Jan.
It's Chad?
Jan.
What? I have a gasp.
Everybody go listen and watch, listen to and watch Bad TV.
Okay.
They are wildly inappropriate and also hilarious. Anyway.
Okay, here's my story. Jesse James.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse James was born 1847 on September 5th in Kearney, Missouri, which is Clay County. Back then there was no Kearney, Missouri. It was just Clay County. His parents were Robert and Zorelda Cole. He was raised basically what was called Little Dixie in the state of Missouri. It was settled by the Upper South. He had two other siblings, Alex and Frank James. He had I wrote down two siblings, but he had a third sibling, Susan. He had a Susan. So there's a Susan James.
Okay.
Their father was a commercial hemp farmer in the state of Kentucky, and he was also a Baptist minister before coming to the state of Missouri. After getting married, he moved to Bradford, Missouri. His father helped develop, which still exists today, the William Jewell College in Liberty, Missouri.
Okay.
His father founded a college. Their family, again, Little Dixie, pretty much the South. His family had 6 slaves in their household. Excuse me. After they had 6 slaves, and they also had 100 acres of farmland. He went to California during the gold rush. Jesse James's father did, as a minister, searching for gold and trying to help minister the people searching for gold. And he ended up passing away in California. Doesn't say how, doesn't say why. All we know is Jesse was 3 years old when it happened.
Oh.
So his dad never came back. His mother, Zorelda, ended up remarrying twice. She married Benjamin Sims in 1852. That didn't work out. She ended up marrying Dr. Reuben Samuel in 1855. She ended up having 4 more children with this
and by
husband.
this time, he's old enough to kind of know
he knows
who's
what's
around.
going on. They have 7 slaves that served as farmhands in a tobacco cultivation. Then we come up to the Civil War, and all sorts of crazy things are happening. Clay County had the largest slave population in the state of Missouri. 25% of their population were slaves. Most people came when they would come to Missouri from the South. They would bring their slaves. We also know about just a little bit of history here, the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854. That ended up getting repealed. Basically, that repealed the Missouri Compromise of 1820, which allowed us to have slaves here. Missouri was a slave state. After that passes, violence erupts in Kansas, on the Kansas-Missouri border between pro and anti-slave people. The James Samuel family, they are absolutely with the Confederates because they had slaves. Guerrilla warfare was all over Missouri. His older brother, Frank, he ends up basically working with trying to...
Right.
Yeah, it's not great. Drew Lobby Army, that is the local company that Frank James ends up joining. He fought in the Battle of Wilson Creek in August of 1861. He ends up falling ill when he comes home. 1865, Frank was identified as a member of that guerrilla group, and basically he just has to leave Clay County. There's no way he can stay there because he's being chased. The militia, the Union Company, raided their home looking for Frank's group. He eludes capture. James, at this point, he's an older teenager. He ends up joining another group called the Taylor Group.
Okay. And who is the Taylor?
It's another militia group. There's like I said, after the Civil War, you have a lot of militia groups who they don't like any of it. The family was forced to leave Clay County due to their activities. They end up joining the Taylor Group Army, and when they do, Taylor, the owner, the guy who ran the group, he ends up getting his arm blown off by a shotgun.
Oh, no.
So the Taylor Group doesn't last very long. Jesse ends up getting a serious chest wound. Probably from a shotgun. They just say serious chest wound. That's all that happens. The group run by the Bloody Bills was also involved in a Centralia massacre where 22 Union soldiers were killed on a train going home from the war. So,
oh my, so,
they're still fighting the war even though the war is over. They end up, the same group ends up killing another 100 people in another Union troop ambush. After Bloody Bill was killed, Frank and Jesse part ways to go with different groups because they don't want to get caught. So they're like, well, I'm going to go with this group, you go with that group. Jesse returns to Missouri at the age of 17. So he's only 17.
So he's lived a long-ass life already.
Right. And he suffered a second chest wound. Again, doesn't say what the chest wound is from, just a chest wound.
Maybe he's just got a really weak chest. I mean,
it's possible.
The right bra could help him. Anne's Bra Shop, sponsor us.
After the war, he recovers from his chest wound and
starts wearing corsets.
He's at his uncle's house in Harlem, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
He has a first cousin who also lives in Harlem, Missouri. Her name is... What is his mother's name? Was it Zerelda?
Oh.
His first cousin's name is also Zerelda, but she goes by Z. And...
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, I mean, as I guess... I don't know why, but he starts courting his cousin.
Mm-hmm.
For 9 years.
As was the custom at that time. As was the cousin at that time.
And you know who Zerelda is named after? I mean, Z.
Is it?
Zerelda is named after his mother.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Oh, my gosh. So now he's with gangs at this point. And so what is going to happen now, the way that the Confederates want to get back is they're like, you know what? We're going to target banks now that are run by the Union soldiers. These old Union soldiers, they're done with the war and all that. Now they have their banks because they have the money. So we're going to start going after that. That's how they're going to get back at him. Okay. He gets into a group called the Bushwhacker Gang.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of the Bushwhackers.
Yeah, they robbed the Clay County Savings Association in Liberty, Missouri on February 13th, 1866. The bank is owned by a Union militia member. During their escape, 17-year-old George C. Jolly, that was what he goes by, Weimer, a student of the William Jewell College, you know, that college that Jesse James's father started.
Same college.
He ends up getting shot in the street.
Oh no! Oh my gosh!
After this robbery.
So how does that go over with the founders?
Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but it's just really interesting that you kill. That's. I say St. Louis is a small town, but I think Missouri is a small state.
Yeah.
But no one could tell you who actually shot him because it was a gang. Two of the gang members were freed from jail, and they ended up killing the jailer after that all happened.
Oh, no. Okay. Do we know how that happened, or
it just says they just did? I mean, it's a small town. So I assume probably you have one sheriff, maybe you have a second. But considering it's Liberty, Missouri at this time, they probably only had one sheriff. Pretty easy to break somebody out. But they did kill that person.
Jailer.
Right. December 17th, 1869, James and Frank robbed the Davies Court Savings Association in Gallatin, Missouri. He most likely killed a cashier, claiming that he looked like somebody who killed Bloody Bill that he idolized. And that is the point where they actually finally start getting labeled as outlaws. The new gang with the youngers, the former Confederates, they would go in and rob, but again, we're still having this internal Confederate and Union war, even though it's over. And so they would go rob a bank, and people would cheer them.
Oh my gosh.
Like, oh yeah, they're robbing the bank. And so they would get crowds and that would come and like, watch. Like, oh, they're going to rob this bank. They're going to rob this stagecoach. At one point, they robbed the fair in Kansas City, Missouri.
Well, we didn't have Bravo yet. So there was a dearth of stuff to watch.
So, they drew crowds. So, in July 21st, 1873, they end up doing a train robbery. And then Jesse ends up marrying the following year to Zerelda, his cousin. And they have 2 children.
Aww.
It's just amazing that you could, I don't know, just live a normal. How far did people live away from each other to just kind of get away,
And be like, oh, hey.
Yeah, you would never just, it's just amazing to me.
All you had to do was be like 90 minutes from where you were. And your entire life is different.
Right.
Also, every time you said Zerelda, I was thinking it was a Monkees song, and it just hit me that it's Auntie Griselda. So, my apologies to the James family and also to the Monkees.
So this is where things start to go not in their favor.
Oh, really? Now
finally, not in their favor.
Go on.
1874, the Adams Express Company went to Pinkerton Detective Agency.
Oh, it's always a good time
like,
when the Pinkertons show up, isn't it?
They keep fucking robbing our trains. We're sick of this shit. We need to hire someone who can do the
Al
job.
Swearingen had the right take on the Pinkertons, for any of you that ever watched Deadwood.
So the Confederates, one of the groups, they end up killing 2 of the Pinkerton agents who were trying to track them.
Well, that's not enough, but...
So January 25th of 1875, Alan Pinkerton. He's sick of this shit. He's like, you know what? I'm taking care of this myself. So Alan Pinkerton personally goes to the James's homestead. He throws an explosive into the house. It kills one of James's and Frank's half-brothers.
Oh.
And blows James and Frank's mother's arm off of her body. So second person in this story.
This is not a good story for
arm.
people that want to have both arms.
No.
Like, this is... The right to bear arms is not...
You only get one arm.
You can only bear arm.
And there's pictures. I'll put them on Facebook, but I think I've shown them to you before, where you have a younger picture of James's mother and then an older, and she has the sleeve, but it's like, pinned up.
Okay.
Because she's missing her arm. So, because of all the Confederates in our political system, in the state of Missouri, this almost granted him amnesty.
Oh, wow.
Because of what Alan Pinkerton did with by throwing in the Alan Pinkerton definitely wanted to, he even quoted, he's like, I wanted to burn the house down.
Oh.
You don't kill my agents. I want to burn the house down. But thankfully that did not happen. I mean, they didn't give Jesse James amnesty. But that is where I'm going to leave it because this is like definitely the beginning of the downfall. Woof. But yeah.
Okay.
It didn't go very well, but there's a whole other side of this story that I'm going to share, so this is my 2-parter.
All right.
Of Jesse James. Because you got to give, it's a pretty big story. And I'm going to end with some very interesting information with him. But that is where I'm going to end my story. Oof. Cliffhanger, if you will.
This sounds like where we are going to take a little break.
Yes, we're going to take a little break.
And I'm going to take Janet out back and feed her a ham sandwich that is definitely not poisoned. And I'm totally not going to start shooting, and neither is she. And then we'll be back with What's Nice.
We'll be back with What's Nice. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
And now it's time for What's Nice.
It is time for What's Nice here. And so I think for me, what I'm going to do is instead of my normal What's Nice, I have got a couple of updates for you from previous stories. Number one, there is a Missouri trail cam in Potosi, Missouri, that may have snapped what they think, or I'm sorry, not Potosi,
Poplar Bluff. I saw that.
Did you see?
Yes, I did.
Somebody has a trail cam photo of what they think is the most authentic photo of a Bigfoot, aka Momo the Monster, which is our episode 3.
Nice.
And they took a photo, and so you can kind of see it, and it looks as though he has heard howls in the area before, but he never thought anything about it. But then his trail cam caught something, and he took a look and said that the creature was captured right next to a very tall tree, and his 6 foot tall self went and stood next to it.
Okay.
Now, you know that I am an absolute skeptic, of all of these things.
Of course.
So I don't think that this is anything either. I think that the reason that the dude was like, oh my gosh, but look, I'm 6 foot tall and look how high the water is.
Yeah.
And then look at how low the water, like how much he was out of the water the day before. I think that that has to do with just the fact that if you live near a river,
it goes up and down.
It goes up and down.
Oh, really fast, in fact.
A lot. And hold on. Vamp for me for a second.
Okay. I'm vamping for Tracey. Yes, I am vamping for Tracey. She's pulling up a picture of Bigfoot. I saw it earlier. I was so excited.
Oh, no, not that one.
Oh.
I was going to say, that's really all there is.
Oh, okay.
The other thing that I wanted to note is that if you have listened to previous episodes, you've known we talked about the Kansas City Chiefsaholic who dressed up in a wolf mask and went to all of the games for years and years, and also used it to rack up gambling debts and money laundering, robbing banks too. He would go to a small town. All right, well, I'm going to Indianapolis, and I'm going to just go and rob a bank, a small bank in a small town outside of the town. But he was basically doing it to be able to afford his life of being a super fan in a wolf costume at all of the Kansas City Chiefs games.
Crazy.
And he did it for, years. I don't know. Anyway, he did just get sentenced.
Okay.
And he got 32 years.
Oh, wow.
For one of his Oklahoma robberies. So 2.5 years after being caught, he was just sentenced to 32 years in prison on top of his 17-year federal sentence for robbing banks in 7 states from 2022 to 2023.
Wow.
And so apparently, I guess his luck has run out, and the Chiefsaholic is in prison and is going to be in prison for a little while longer.
Wow.
But that is just a couple of little updates. I don't really have a What's Nice. I think what I had before when I first wrote these stories, if you really need something that's nice and light for you, then yipes, hold on, I'm skipping through all of my notes. Look at the Grocery Lavender Farm.
Oh, right, the lavender farm.
Yeah, which is near where Bertha Gifford resided in Missouri. So Grocery Lavender Farm, if you want something nice, but also the Chiefsaholic is in prison and is going to be in prison for a bit of time, and we may still have Bigfoot, Momo the Monsters in Missouri, so who knows? But that's my What's Nice.
Thank you.
Janet, do you have something nice for me?
I do. It's the Jesse James Bank Museum. So in Liberty, Missouri, that first bank that they robbed, the Jesse James Bank Museum is located in a historic square in Liberty, Missouri. It was the site of the nation's first successful daylight peacetime bank robbery. While the robbers were never caught, the crime was attributed to the infamous James Gang. Visitors will see the bank as it was in 1866.
Now, where is this? In
It is in Liberty, Missouri.
Okay.
It's $7 for children, $6.50 for seniors, $7 for adults, $4.50 for children. If you are 8 or under, it is free.
What if you're an adult that acts like a child? Do they split the difference?
Probably
Can I get
not.
in for $5?
And then, as you can see here, there's a picture. It just looks like an old school bank, and it still has the old vault.
Oh, wow.
So,
how far is Liberty from here? Do we know roughly?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah. So that is my what's nice. It looks like Liberty, Missouri is.
Producer Rob has just pulled this up, and it looks like about 3-4 hours.
3 or 4 hours? Okay.
4 hours to get there.
So that is my what's nice, to check out the museum.
All right, fantastic. Well, we are back on the mic with our new mics.
Yes, we are.
A little bit rusty, but with good stories.
Yeah. Well, we'll have our cadence back next time, I promise.
That's right. I was going to say, we're going to get there. Lots more to look forward to coming into
we'll
the
have
fall.
some. Tracy has a story that she's only hinted about to me that I'm super excited to listen to, so I'm excited about that.
Couple of them.
And I'll have my ending and add-on to Jesse James when we return.
So thank you for hanging with us.
Yes.
And keep an ear out for what's coming up next. And Janet, there is, I feel like there's one more thing I wanted to say to our listeners, and I cannot, for the life of me, think of what it is. Can you?
Was it Stay Midwest Nice?
It is, in fact, to stay Midwest nice.